I think as fellow faculty members, we're always thinking about how can we get our students to really be motivated in the topic that they're working on, and I think that Student Scholars Day is a great opportunity for them to actually go in front of other people and show the work they've done, and hopefully that will motivate them to work even harder.
Being a small university, one of the really unique things for our students is that by the time they're a senior, our students that are really standing out are really doing graduate level work already. A lot of times for students, they write their paper, they turn it in, and that's the last they ever think of it. And having a forum for students to present that scholarship is really, really important. And for a variety of reasons, it may not be feasible for a student to go to a national or regional conference, even though we try to provide financial support. So this is a really great outlet for our students to be able to share their work on a local level.
This is a really wonderful forum for our students to really go through the scientific process from the beginning to all the way to completion. And really, when people do research, it's really easy to just finish at the project and don't realize that a very important part of science is the communication, communicating what your results were to a general public. And so this allows students to go from the very beginning, conceptualizing a project, carrying it out, and then communicating it in a forum such as Scholar Days.
It really allows us to see how people define scholarship and creative work across disciplines. And in psychology and many of the sciences, we tend to equate that with doing a research project. However, this year I was really pleased that we had a student from the Department of Psychology that did a theoretical piece. And in fact, it came out of a paper that she did in her class in which she had to apply a theory of personality to a mainstream media character. And she actually did her presentation on a sort of psychoanalytic view on Bella from the Twilight series. So there's a lot more to scholarship in all of our disciplines than meets the eye. And I think many students' projects in a variety of classes could easily be turned into either a panel or a presentation for Student Scholar Days. So it's just sort of thinking about things a little bit differently.
I think Student Scholar Days is a great opportunity for students across campus to show their skills and their passion. And I also believe that it's probably possible and doable because we are a smaller institution, that students from everything from chemistry to English to psychology to business have this opportunity to present some scholarly activity that they've created or engaged in their coursework. And I think that's a real benefit of Adams State.
I think this is also a good opportunity for undecided students like freshmen, maybe even sophomores, to get a perspective into the major and see what kind of work that the upperclassmen are doing. It's really helpful probably for them to decide majors. I know I saw a psychology presentation when I was a freshman. I was like, wow, this is interesting. I want to see more about this.
Well, the art department is really excited to be a part of Student Scholar Days this year. We love to give our students opportunities to show their work, both the actual pieces and talking about presentations. So this year we had Caitlin talking about her Bachelor's of Fine Arts thesis show, and so it was a really great prep for her to come to Student Scholar Days and practice talking about her work and pulling all of her ideas together into a cohesive idea.
I wish I could say that I had a big role in this, but I feel like I didn't. I feel like he didn't need me as much, and I tried to guide as much as I could or answer questions when I could. Although I was pleased, I have to say, at how well he integrated information from other classes as well. Like I recognized things that we talked about in classes last semester, and he integrated those and grasped them and tied them in perfectly. And so I was really pleased about that. It's like he paid attention.
Sometimes it's not just being impressed with the students and their presentation, but impressed with the assignment itself that the professor has assigned. The assignment was to create a world constitution, if there was a world government, what that constitution would be. I thought that was really very fascinating. Not only is there a way to help think of really creative projects and assignments for your students, but to see what your colleagues across campus are doing in their classes, as well as outside of their classes with some of the scholarly activity.
No, Student Scholar Days is really a good opportunity for students to really show their stuff, so to speak. And I think that Brianna did a really fine job today.
Thank you. I was really nervous, but I'm glad I did it.
I told you would be,
Yeah.
but see, the feeling that you get afterwards then outweighs your dread and anxiety.
Well, a lot.
Right. Yeah.
And we would all like to encourage other professors to have their students come to the actual Student Scholar Day presentations. We can do so much as a committee in selecting the presentations, but we need lots of student buy-in for them to come, hopefully be motivated to then participate next year.
And it is becoming part of our culture, I think, now. This is in its 6th year, and we've been so pleased to see students asking about it, hoping that they can participate, asking what they need to do to get involved. And we really want that scholarship to be a part of this culture. Our school does focus primarily on teaching, but we are a university. The scholarship piece is very important, and we have some excellent scholars, and it's great to be able to share that and put those students on display.